how to multiply fractions. And I'm gonna do 2 different examples for this. I'm gonna do, let's do 1/2, just to start easy, and then we're gonna do 2 3/4 after. So if I wanted to multiply this by 3, this is what I would do. There's 2 different ways to do this. Since multiplication is repeated addition, and we need to do this times 3, we can do 1/2 plus 1/2 plus 1/2, and we just add, since it's all the same denominator, to be 3/2. And then we can simplify this further, see how many times 2 goes into 3, goes in once, and there's a half left over. The other way we can do this is going 1/2 times 3/1, which is the same thing, and then you just multiply it across, you get 3/2, and it's the same thing, 1/2. Mixed fraction, it's a little bit more complicated since this is a whole number. So what I'm going to do first is convert this to just be a fraction. And the way we do that is there's 2 wholes of the fraction 4, which we just do 2 times 4, this is 8, and then we add the 8 to the 3. So 8 plus 3 is 11, and this would be 11/4. It's numbered by 5. Again, I'm going to use this. We can do it in the 2 ways I showed before, by adding, which is just time consuming, to get 55/4, and I'm going to get back to that. Or we can just do straight across, multiplying times 55/4. So to finish off this example, we just need to convert this back to a mixed number, which I know off the top of my head is 13 3/4, because 4 goes into 55 13 times, and there's a remainder of 3. And this is the same answer.
Off the top of my head.
A way to convert this recipe that originally serves 5 people to one that serves 3 times that. So that means that we're going to be multiplying each of the ingredients on the list by 3 to fit our new requirement of 15 people. So here we have the cup of flour conversion. So 2 3/4 cup of flour times 3, which becomes 11/4 when you convert the mixed fraction, to 8 1/4. So now onto the eggs. The eggs is pretty straightforward and doesn't use fractions, but just 2 times 3, which is 6. So 6 eggs. Now we have 2 of our ingredients. So now let's move on to the next one, olive oil. So now we do 1/2 times 3, which is equal to 3/2, which is equal to 1 1/2. So now we have 3 of them. And now onto salt. We have 1/2 tablespoon of salt, and we're going to do the same thing. So it's just going to equal same thing as the olive oil, but different measure, cups versus tablespoons. So onto sugar now. So for the sugar, 1/3 times 3 is equal to 1 whole. And then we have the same thing for the tablespoons of vanilla. So we know that we have 1 whole for the vanilla, and last one is 1/4 cup of sprinkles, which we're gonna do up here. 1/4 times 3, let's just make sure we haven't already done it. Okay. 1/4 times 3, 3/4.
And now we have converted a recipe to one that now serves 15 people.
So now we have our original recipe and our new recipe that serves 15 people. And now we're going to talk about ratios, which is very important in baking and converting things. So let's start with the people that we're feeding. And the original was 5, and the new one is 15. So to get a ratio, you just need to divide both numbers by the smallest number. In this case, it's 5. So 5 divided by 5 is 1, and 15 divided by 5 is 3. So the ratio is 1 to 3. And that makes sense because we multiplied everything by 3 to get the new recipe. So let's do another example. We'll do it with a fraction. Let's do cups of oil. So we're starting with half a cup of oil to 1.5 cups of oil. Just do the same thing with this. We're going to divide by the smallest amount, which is a half. A half divided by a half is 1. 1.5 divided by half is 3. And another way we can look at this is if we have a half versus 1.5, we see that there's 1/2 here, and then there's 3 halves here, which is the same as